back to my channel for a bonus video. I'm getting ready for the day and I figured I would just film a chatty get ready with me. I haven't done one of these in forever. I think I've only done one of these before, ever, and I feel like I have so many things to update you on. And a lot of people asked me if I was doing vlogmas, and I'm not doing vlogmas this year. I'll explain more in a bit, but I am trying to encourage myself to put out extra videos, kind of like a half vlogmas, so that's why we're doing this today. So I have so much to update you on. I'm not even gonna really talk you through what I'm doing in terms of makeup. I'm just gonna chat with you. Like I said, I had a lot of people ask me if I was doing vlogmas, and so I put it on an Instagram story saying no, I'm not. And a lot of people were like, why do YouTubers do vlogmas? It seems like the worst time of the year to do something like that, because like holiday season is already so busy for everyone, which is true. But a little inside info for you. The reason YouTubers do vlogmas is ad rates go through the roof in December, so you're making like almost twice per video that you make during the whole rest of the year. In January, actually starting Christmas Day into January, ad rates plummet and you make essentially nothing per video. So a lot of YouTubers kind of work extra hard during December to rake up enough money to get them through January, which is why that happens. Like, for example, some real numbers. I remember last year, December was like a really good month. And so at that point in time, I was making like $180 a day in ad revenue. And the day Christmas rolled around, I started making $40 a day. So like that's how much it plummets. And that's my little insider info for you as to why YouTubers do vlogmas. We all gotta survive January. Q4 is when advertisers push out all their money, and Q1 is where advertisers basically don't spend anything. So since it's such an unstable world and job for us, that's why people do it. But I have updates. I wanna talk to you about health stuff, about where I'm at right now with quitting the acting world, about Jancy the label, and I have a question for you guys as to what you'd prefer me doing. So where should we start? I guess let's start with health stuff. So I'm filming this on December 1st. Happy December. My nails are getting significantly worse, actually. Here's an update on my nails. It's spreading to more of my fingers. You can see like on these fingers, this middle finger and pointer finger, this is what it looks like before it kind of spreads and starts to detach. And I thought my thumbs were spared, but it is officially spreading to this thumb as well. And I saw a new internist who was amazing, so much better than my other internist. He spent an hour in my appointment going through my previous lab work, talking about everything. And he was like, well, you know, you don't want to be an interesting case, but unfortunately you are an interesting case. And he was like, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna order every lab test that you haven't had done yet. So I got last week 23 different blood tests done. I'm still waiting for the results. And I told him that I'm going to USC. I don't remember if I told you guys this on the vlog or not, but on December 9th, I have an appointment at USC where I'm seeing a specialist who's a dermatologist that specializes in autoimmune diseases, which, me. And she is part of this board of doctors. It's basically a group of like 50 different doctors, and it's like a collaborative kind of setting. And every other week or so, they pick a couple cases and they all sit down together and dive into the cases. And so likely I will get to be one of those cases. So there'll be like a neurologist and a gastroenterologist and a dermatologist and like an everyologist looking at my case, which is awesome. I don't know how much money I'm gonna spend on all of this, but I'm almost at my deductible. The worst time of the year because the year is almost over. For those of you outside of the United States, the way it works with at least my insurance is you spend a certain amount a year out of pocket. So for me, it's $3,000 a year. And then for me and my insurance, after that point, everything is 100% covered, which is great. But I'm about to hit $3,000 and the year is almost over. That's that. I'm looking forward to it. And tomorrow I have my second Xolair injection. Xolair's been awesome for hives. My hives completely went away with Xolair, except for I do feel like it's kind of a temporary solution. I feel like it's a band-aid to my problems, but we're still thinking it could be maybe mast cell activation syndrome. It could be another autoimmune thing. Like we're gonna look back into lupus. And they think it's possible. My internist said this. He was like, I don't wanna get all conspiracy theory on you, but we're learning about something called like long-termers in COVID, which he was like, I know you started getting sick in February and this didn't really come out until March, but you were in LA, which is like one of the hubs of it. He was like, it's possible that you got COVID and these long-termers are having persisting symptoms even after the antibodies don't show up in their blood, because I got an antibody test like 2 months ago. Even if like they're no longer currently infected with the virus, it's just the symptoms can last over a long period of time. I don't fully believe that that is what it is, but he said that too. So those are my health updates. I'll know more on the 9th, and I'll know more when I get my blood work back, so I'm excited for that. Acting updates. So I'm sure that you saw my video about quitting acting, and all in all, I feel very at peace with the decision. I feel like it was time, and oh my word, I had so many kind comments from y'all, and I truly, truly, truly appreciate those kind comments so much. They really helped me feel good about my decision, so thank you. If you didn't see my pinned comment in that video, my agents that I adore the most, I know I shouldn't have favorites, but I do, is my commercial agents, and I told them, I ended up telling them, like, if you want to keep me on the roster just for SAG union projects, then feel free, thinking that they wouldn't want to because it's not really a benefit to them. It's more of a burden to them than anything, but they're amazing, awesome people. And they said yes. And they said, we also recommend you still considering non-union projects that pay over $7,500. So I said, okay. So I'm still on their roster, and I estimate that really only being maybe one audition a month. So definitely I'm excited that any audition that does come my way is worth my time. But part of the things that bothered me about the acting world, like never fully getting to book off of work and auditions conflicting with trips and not being able to change my look and all of those things still kind of apply. So I definitely feel like a pressure has been lifted and a weight has been lifted, and I feel like in terms of the breakup analogy, like yeah, we broke up, but I'm still friends with this person and we'll still text occasionally, maybe hang out once in a while. That's how this feels. So I feel good about it, but I don't feel like as relieved as I was expecting to. But I think that stems from just not knowing what to expect. Like, I don't really know how many auditions there will be. And if anything continues to get overwhelming, I can step away from it entirely. So I'm excited and I'm honored that they let me stay on their roster, at least somewhat. So we'll see what happens with that. Jancy the Label. Okay, I think I'm gonna release this on Sunday, meaning Jancy the Label dropped Thursday, and I kind of talked about it a little bit in the vlog that came out yesterday. But this is the shirt. I'm really hopeful that it sold out because we didn't do a big run at all this time. We did like a third of the number of the crew necks that we did about. So it was a lot smaller of a run just because our crew necks sold a ton the first day. I had like 200 orders the first day, but then it kind of like stopped after that point. So I was a little more hesitant because obviously if you have a lot of inventory, your money is tied up in that inventory and it's kind of a higher risk. So I wanted to do a smaller run this time, hoping it sold out. But I thought, okay, if I'm being honest here, I think me being a people pleaser has made me a really bad business person externally. Internally, when it comes to me and dealing with brands, it's not involving you guys, so I can be pretty ruthless and I will turn away brands easy, no problem. And even if they're like not quite willing to pay me what I'm worth, I'm like, okay, bye. And I'm fine in that regard. But I think creating products for you guys, I'm not good at it because I want to do everything right and it's kind of impossible. So like, I know like I want it to be sustainable and I want it to be ethical and I want it to be really high quality and hold up and be aesthetically beautiful and all of these different things. But I also want it to be accessible in terms of price point. So I ended up listing these shirts for $42 and I felt kind of guilty about that price point, but I ended up showing a pricing breakdown. Here, I'll put it here. I was like, I want to show you guys the transparent pricing. The production of the shirt costs this much, the mailing supplies cost this much, fulfillment costs this much. So all in all, it cost us $36.50 to produce a shirt and we're selling it for $42. That doesn't account for the legal fees of becoming an LLC, the fees of storing things in a warehouse, the web design, the photography, the design of the shirt, paying those design fees, all those things. So even if I sell out these shirts, I don't think I'm breaking even. I think I'm actually losing money on them. But I didn't want to list them for higher than $42 because I didn't feel right about it. So I think it's going to be really hard going forward trying to figure out like, do I want to have more of like a usual type of t-shirt? Like maybe it's not made out of recycled water bottles and made completely in the USA. Like maybe we ethically import the fabric from somewhere overseas to like cut down on the cost, but it's still organic. And that way like we can make the cost a little bit less and actually make a profit. So navigating that is so hard for me because I want to do everything right and I want to price it really fairly and cheaply. But I'm learning that I'm gonna lose money. And I actually, when I shared that transparent pricing stuff, I had a couple friends that work within fashion, what is that called? Like the business side of fashion, be like, girl, you need to be pricing these at $90 or else you're not gonna survive. And I was like, well, no way in heck would I ever price a t-shirt at $90. In this run of this shirt, we actually got a big discount on them because so many things went wrong. This was supposed to come out in the summer, but like things kept going wrong that were other people's fault that they ended up giving us a discount on these. So if I do another run of these or another run similar, like I'm gonna either have to up the price to even still not actually profit at the end of the day, or I don't know. It's really, really hard to navigate. I wish I was more ruthless. I wish I was like, yeah, these are gonna have to sell for $70 for me to actually survive. But I'm not like that person at the end of the day. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. I think if we do a second run of these, even just to break even like we would possibly be breaking even with these, I would have to list them at 47, maybe more. And that's so painful to me. So this is just me being completely transparent about like the struggles of owning a business and trying to do everything in the US too. I would love to know y'all's opinions. If something is made ethically in a different country, like in a factory with really good working conditions and everyone's paid fairly, is that something that you're willing to consider? Or would you rather pay a lot more money to have something only US made? I would love to know your thoughts on that because I really don't know how to navigate it going forward. Yeah, from all the professional advice I got hindsight after announcing the retail cost of this, I'm like, oh shoot, I'm sabotaging Jancy the label. Like we're never gonna actually turn a profit if I keep it up. So that's something very, very honest for you. And one other thing I wanted to talk to y'all about is a way to communicate a little bit better. I know I've talked about this before. This is totally my fault and I'm so sorry for this, but over the last 2 years, I have let my Instagram DMs get so out of control and such a mess that it's like past the point of repair for me trying to like figure out a new system. And because of it, like I try to check DMs occasionally and I'll see a few, but like I know I miss so many DMs. I know I do because I'm at the point now, which is so kind and amazing, but I get hundreds a day, which is great. I feel like this friend group is so much more involved than the normal person's online friend group because I know that like my Instagram following is still really small and it's crazy how many messages come in. So I have felt guilty about that and I have really wanted to try to figure out a system to where we can communicate better. So I started an email, which I know that I talked to y'all about, and I'm still trying to check that. I told myself I try to check it once a week. To be honest, these past couple months have been crazy, so I've been checking it more like every 10 days and trying to respond to them all in like one sitting. But I wanted something that was a little less of like a daunting task in terms of, for you guys, it's a daunting task to send an email, and then for me, it like responding to all those at once can be a little bit of a daunting task. So I wanted something that was a little easier and quicker, like DMs, but wasn't in my Instagram DMs. So first I threw out there to y'all, like, what do you think about that whole text thing that a lot of YouTubers are doing where it's like, text me? And I thought that the concept was really cool. And so I reached out to them. They're called Community, and I got a quote. Guys, the pricing literally starts, the cheapest package at $100 a month. And that's if you only have like not that many people involved. And then however many people sign up for it, you pay more, and it goes up to, let me see what it goes up to. Basically, no way in heck could I afford it. Over $900 a month. So that's out of the question. A lot of people said we should do a Facebook group, and I love that idea. I hate Facebook. Facebook's like, I think I have a bad experience with Facebook because like the Taste-Made videos that would go on Facebook and even like the Causebox ad that would run on Facebook people are ruthless and so mean. So I think I connotate Facebook with that, but I know if it's you guys on a private page, it would be protected of that because it would be a private page. And would it be a private page? But then I have to like have an application process. Maybe it wouldn't be a private page. I love the idea of a Facebook page because that way too, if I couldn't respond to something immediately, hopefully it would be a way for you to build community with each other and respond to each other and help each other out. And it could be almost like a forum of things like, hey, does anybody have a suggestion for sheets? I'm in the market for new sheets. Or like, hey, I live in Austin and I'm looking for a babysitter. Any of you girls babysit or whatever. I think that that would be really, really, really cool. If you like that idea, let me know and I can look into setting it up. I would just have to figure out if it would be private or if it'd be public. I don't know how that works. If anybody has any experience in that, oh my gosh, I wonder if I can make a few of you admins. I don't know if that's worth the work for you, but I would be honored to have a few of you help to admin it. I know a handful of you gals that comment on every single video, and you mean so much to me, and I trust you and your personality and everything about you. So if any of you wanted to help run that, like, I would be so honored. So that's something I'd love to look into, because I think it is a good solution, and I think it is the best solution out of anything I can think of. So I'd love to set that up. Here's my no makeup look. Not even any eyeliner or eyeshadow, because today I'm just filming this video and podcasting and editing. So it's a very chill day today. But thank you for getting ready with me. Those were so many updates, but I just felt like there's a lot going on right now and a lot that I wanted to let y'all know about, and on my heart and on my mind. There's a lot. So I just love getting to hang out with you guys. Give me a little life update for you in the comments. I would love to know. I will try to go through this video and read every single one of the comments. I've been slacking a little bit lately with comments. I've been biting off more than I can chew, but this, I know if you clicked on this, you're like core friends. So please let me know what's going on in your life. Give me a couple sentences. I would love to know how things are going for you. I love y'all so very much. Thank you for joining me with this bonus video, and I will see you in a regularly programmed video very soon. Bye.
The world just fell apart, straight out of the blue. So in my mind I whisper ciao, and I take myself to Tuscany, Italy, riding on a Vespa in a sunflower field. Yeah, warm wind blowing and birds are singing in cypress trees. Tuscany.